So I'm so excited about being here, expressing where I live every day, and that's at AllSaints. Who knows what AllSaints is? Oh, I love it. Nice. We've got some AllSaints lovers in the room. My name is Misti Blasko, so thank you, Tim. I run AllSaints for North America, and that includes Canada. So I'm responsible for every piece of the business, from the field, where I have a head of retail that runs the field organization, to every entity in Los Angeles, where I've moved the office from New York 3.5 years ago to West Hollywood in a beautiful Pacific Design Center, where 25 of my team members run the behind-the-scenes function of AllSaints. So excited about being here and sharing some of the things that we're doing here with brand. So AllSaints is obsessed with building the business model for the future, putting brand experience and the customer at the core of everything that we do. That is our motto. AllSaints curates every aspect of brand experience in-house. So we don't do anything third party, it's all done in-house. We don't have buyers out there buying product. We create it in-house in London and distribute it in-house. The collection can be found through Europe, North America, which I'm responsible, Latin America, I have 3 franchises in Mexico, Asia, Middle East, and over 250 directly operated stores, franchise, concessions, and outlets. The vision for the future for us is we are in partnership with Lion Capital, solely owned by Lyndon Lee, which is based in Santa Monica down the road from me. And we've really kind of aligned with customers seek experience, not product. It's all about experience. Everyone always asks me, who do you compete with? Is it Kooples, Rag & Bone? I know you're in the room. Who is your competitor? It really isn't anyone. It's travel retail. It's all people out there. We want to get in their suitcase and go with them on their excursions. Pets. How do we get into that market? It's $1 billion market, right? Digital and international are pillars for growth, and streamlined core operations leveraging digital assets. Those are the 3 components that we've agreed as partnership to be aligned on. We have just about 3,000 employees globally, 257 stores, and across 26 countries. So let's talk about North America for a little bit. This is my sole responsibility. 83 locations, 1,100 employees, 1 flagship in New York on Broadway, #1 store in the world. It's quite a beautiful building. 32 mainline doors that are freestanding. We had a philosophy long ago that we wanted to have these big businesses. We wanted you to go on the street and see these massive, big buildings so that we can shout our name from the rooftops. I've now downsized those businesses to about 15 to 2,000 square feet. Bigger is not better, so we now need to be a bit more productive in our spaces, but we wanted to make sure that people knew who AllSaints was in North America. 12 outlets, 35 concessions, and 3 franchise in Mexico that we've definitely started to build some momentum. I know Nordstrom's is here, one is sitting at my table. A really, really amazing partnership with Nordstrom's that we've developed. Most of the business that, and again, it's a recipe for disaster, we were 96% retail globally. And you all know that retail, if you're just that, you're never gonna win. You need to embed other entities of the business to grow your brand. So 67 Nordstrom's handbag businesses that are wholesale, 50 men's ready-to-wear, and we have now 24 Nordstrom's ready-to-wear that we opened this year. So excited about that. 29 Bloomingdale's wholesale businesses, but also those 35 concessions are all Bloomingdale's concessions businesses, so licensed, owned by us. Hudson Bay, some handbags there, Lord & Taylor, Neiman's, and then 26 specialty businesses. As a brand, there's kind of 4 quadrants that we look at as how we're building our brand. And digital, Tim spoke about digital and how important it is to the world of our industry. 27.9 million visits to e-com. 21% of our global sales come from online partner sites. Travel retail in Asia, it's quite expensive to do travel retail in North America. So I've decided not to go there yet. Pop-ups, and then I built 40 doors in the last 2 years to really expose brand to North America. And now it's just time to stabilize the businesses we currently have. And then international now represents 50% of our business versus 5 years ago it was 25%. North America was a pinprint of brand, and now it's almost 40% of the total income globally. And then this is quite an interesting piece. 50% of our business is women's, and 50% of our business is men's. Most brands are 3 to 1, which we're really proud of that. And we have 4 subcategories that drive about 65% of our business. So in both genders, it's outerwear, knit, and leather. Women's dresses are significant, and men's shirts. We find that these are the key areas of strength for the business. 50-50 gender appeal, which we're so excited about. Broad age appeal. An 18-year-old could be walking down the street in a leather jacket, and a 55-year-old walking right down the street next to him, and they both think they're cool. That's what's so cool about our brand. Aspirational positioning, global appeal versus other brands, brand experience, and then passionate, agile work culture, and we think we're quite cool. We all know that we have major opportunity in these areas. Footfall on High Street is off. It's down, it's declining. Pricing and promotional and discounting is on the rise. Everyone's doing it. And then the archaic supply chain model, speed to market is so critically important, and that is where we are challenged as a brand, speed to market. So I made some decisions this year to change our pricing strategy. I took the pricing down 15% against all categories to stay competitive. So starting in Q1, we took women's leather jackets from a high 500 price point down to 450 as an entry. And you can see in some of these subcategories that we really made a big difference. In the overall, 190 was our price point overall in women's, and men's 115 is now at 95. So those of you that think AllSaints is expensive when we hear that on the street, it's not the case. So we're inverting a traditional model. So as I spoke to, 50-50 men's and women's, 4 subcategories driving 65% of our business, and then the international increase has definitely helped support the brand. In North America, I did a case study. The women are a bit older, so 35, men are 31. The income is over 100K for men and women, and they're looking for unique pieces. North America is selling high fashion versus core essentials, which is quite an interesting discovery. And then in digital, it didn't change much. A bit close in men's and women's, more women a bit. And then 25 to 34 is the age kind of target that's shopping digitally. So in North America, the distortion of women's is a bit higher because in Bloomingdale's we have more women's business than we do men's, but it's quite close. And as you can see, I was talking about the recipe for disaster. We started as a retail business, not a wholesale business. I built a wholesale business 3 years ago with Nordstrom's, and they've helped kind of grow the brand. And we're looking at franchise and licensing now as additional entities of the business. So into the digital side of how we operate, we were quite prideful about always wanting to do things in-house. And all of a sudden, we got bigger and bigger, and we can't handle all of it internally. So we have 4 areas which we've partnered with third parties to help us support the business. In regards to customer facing, Delighted, I'm sure you've all heard about that. We look at our NPS scores every week. Employee culture, so we can speak the language to one another. How we operate with Trend Analytics, Zen Test tickets, as well as Style Atlas and 42. So to drill down a little bit, we have the ability on G+ to speak to every single member of our team globally. So this is the platform that we all use to talk about product, the articles that come up. Anyone around the world at AllSaints can speak to each other through this platform, which is quite cool to share. And then within this, there's Google Communities. So we have the design team that's talking about color codes. You could do a product team. District managers have their own communities. And then Hangout. There's a little green button on my phone that shows everyone when I'm available on Hangout. I guess it's a good or bad thing. But they know when you're readily available. And right there, it's like texting. You can send a little note, send something quick, and then they can respond to you right away. And then here's our NPS data. We look at the customer, and we talk about this every single week. And we want to find out what the customer thinks about our brand, design, store experience, digital experience, the quality, stock availability, and pricing. And that is something we're looking at every single day. Here are some comments from North America about how delighted the customers are about the service. And then TRENDALYTICS is a great platform that Karen Moon is the CEO, and she's been a delight to work with. But she has kind of helped me She's done the heavy lifting, and she's let us see that the billions of consumer demand signals that are happening across the industry. So I have the luxury of having a brand ambassador that is best friends with a lot of VIP. I don't pay a cent to any VIP in the industry. They come to us because they love brand and they want to wear our brand. So we now can post what they're doing. So I have a couple there that are in front of In-N-Out, some of the brand campaigns. But we can look and align ourselves with our competitors. So Kooples is up here just as an example, to see what they're doing socially and how we can stay on top of that. This also shows us, if you're looking at puffer jackets as an example, are they trending up or are they falling off? This gets ahead of that so that you don't go to distribution or sourcing with a lot of units of something that is downtrending. So this tells us and kind of gets ahead of it for us so we don't make mistakes. And then what's happening on the scene right now is streetwear. So what are they doing? How do we stay agile? And how do we get behind that? This is a really important piece that we've just embedded this year called Style Atlas. We have a big challenge with speed to market. So our product, and I want to tell you how long it takes from design all the way to store, which is quite daunting. This is going to allow us to create options, design, samples, and you all know in the industry how expensive samples are. To get them here and there and everywhere to where you're doing market and all of those things. And then library, how we library our product. This kind of puts it all in one place and allows the designers to kind of collaborate with the sourcing and vendors to speed to market. 42 has been a really big tool. It allows the store teams to see live-time data in regards to their sales performance. We can look at product, top 20, top 100, what's checking, what's not, what's falling off, all real live data. And then our future investment, there's three things we're working on right now. Island Pacific for merchandise planning. We're quite archaic right now. The spreadsheet probably fills this entire room and how we operate. TMS, our internal system, and then NetSuite for our business finance. So the future of AllSaints, get ready, November 5th. We launched 3 scents we're very excited about. We partner with Revlon, so you're gonna see a fragrance come to the market this year. Shoes we're working on with GBG, jewelry, belts, and cold weather. So a lot of exciting things happening. Thank you so much for listening to me and about the brand that I'm incredibly passionate and excited about and know that we have a lot of opportunity, but we're making headway. So thank you so much for your time.